have enough light to
Uh,
shine. Hey,
sorry for
Bradley.
cutting you
So
off,
basically what
Bradley.
I'm saying was, basically
Ah,
what I was saying to Kiki is, everything is kind of been getting stale lately in the media, and a lot of ideas are running dry. And also, a lot of like the big heads are old and like getting up to the age of retirement or just, fucking dying. And so I was saying, like, once we're older and have experience, once they're out of the spot, we could try to put ourselves in the spotlight if we have enough to present.
I had to get off so I could turn on OBS. All right, everything's being recorded right now.
Oh hell yeah,
Oh,
let's go. Hi,
okay.
hi, Future Kiki. You better
Welcome
have
to
your
the
host.
Weeping Vessel
You better have your
podcast.
host.
This is Weeping Vessel here, and we have
I'm just
Kiki Nuts
I'm
and
just
Bradley
recording
Chow.
I'm just recording audio right now.
You're good.
We are missing a certain member.
This really is a podcast, yo.
Dude, I'm literally gonna like make poop jokes or something.
I'm gonna pod on
Ha
my
ha.
cough.
Wait, guys, talk to a
No.
podcast. Talk to a podcast. Talk to a podcast.
Looking
Yay!
back at this, if we have this footage in 10 years, we're gonna look back and like, what the fuck is wrong with you guys? Also, look back like Fujimoto.
Hey, I love that guy.
I know that guy.
I guess since in the
Fuji,
meantime,
Fujimoto
I
being canceled like 2 years.
no, I don't think it'll get canceled. I hope not. I hope he doesn't do anything fucked up.
He's done
Um,
so much weird stuff on the norm that it's just like it's normal.
well,
Ideas.
I'm not even gonna talk about it. Well, one thing I was gonna say, since like we're not really here with Ian, one thing that I've been wanting to do, and I think Bradley mentioned this, is I want to do a lot more art study this summer,
Oh
which
Oh yeah,
is
yes.
me
like
too.
Hold
Me
on.
too.
and I mean that in a huge broad sense, such as like studying other artists' like styles, but also studying perspective anatomy and shit like that.
I
So
absolutely have
I
to get the separate down. Oh, you what, Bradley?
oh, it didn't work. This post study I sent to
Oh,
I sent to Kiki. I'm gonna post that to
Ooh, yeah.
the chat.
can you
Oh, do we
put
have a
that in
tips? Do
the?
we have a chat for like putting in tips and shit? We do tips. Okay.
Can you put that in your art chat?
You
Yes.
should no,
Just.
put in the tips chat so we can all like obtain it whenever.
Oh, by the
Um,
way, I'm making a pizza.
you are.
That,
Badass.
that's,
I'm kind
that's
of
cool.
holding back from eating, so I'm supposed to go eat out later for graduation.
Dude, what the fuck?
But you guys are ready for that tomorrow, right? Oh, by the way, we're gonna graduate tomorrow, guys. Woo!
Oh yeah, yeah. As we're recording this, we are going to be graduating tomorrow, and
Honestly, it hasn't hit me yet. Like I haven't noticed the
Oh, I didn't
dread.
mean to do that. Oops. Hold on.
what do
What
you
do you
do?
do?
I just posted the wrong thing. I was trying to
Evelina,
post.
you got a time
Bradley
for
sounds
space.
like his Bradley sends his NSFW pics of himself. Ooh.
My bad. Nah, I'm just a boomer.
Oh.
Alright,
Also in the
I'll just
corner.
have to send the images from my phone.
You know,
Hold on.
I might just take a picture of my setup, but I am using my desk where I have my TV on. I just have the TV pushed back and I have all my art shit out on the table. And in the corner of it, to my left, I have my power figure, and that's my motivation.
Oh my god. You're slowly turning into Zach Graham. You freaking Maxima is made forward more.
Well, I mean, like, one's literally super Hitler, and the other is just like an arrogant asshole.
Hmm. Hmm. Dog
Oh,
shit
okay.
or literal garbage? What should I eat for dinner
Kiki,
first?
when he listens to fucking Kanye, he's the best fucking kid ever.
I I forwarded like some studies I was doing, Elisha.
Thank you, Bradley.
Wait,
I've been wanting to do some like art studies
Ian.
lately. I've been seeing a
Sorry,
lot of
sorry.
art study like shit in my feed, and I've been tuning into some of them. And I don't know who knows this besides like probably Kiki, but I am a not study guy. I hate studying. Which today I was doing some studying. I was studying drawing skulls and shit so that I can try to understand more of facial structure. And I'll go deeper into it. Next week, once like I'm done with graduation and shit, and everything's kind of mellowed out, I might start doing like honing into actual study.
I was watching some art channels, and
Hmm.
and the they had like actual naked models, so I was doing that.
Ew.
Oh, like you know how. Oh,
Oh,
he's
speaking of
here.
devil.
The Citrus Gang is here. We can officially
Let's
start now. I'm still
go.
ready.
Oh,
Ian,
I'll
you
introduce
let Bradley
yourself.
finish his thought.
huh?
Oh, but Bradley, I was asking. So you know how in like art school they have like the naked people and you gotta draw them.
Yeah,
Oh, so they had that and they were doing that. That's cool.
yeah. Th- they like put like a black box around the
I'm gonna bring.
privates.
I'm gonna be brushing
So
my teeth, so I'm gonna mute.
All right,
Bro.
Ian. Also, so they don't show nudity.
well,
Hi.
no, they pretty much do. It's basically just over nipples. That's literally it. That's all they do.
Oh,
Oh.
no.
Oh. So you get full on crater. Okay.
Bradley, do not start yet because Ian is brushing his teeth. When he gets back, we can.
We can still
We
keep our
wouldn't want to
animation
have to
phase.
smell his breath.
You can start. You can start. I'm just gonna be listening for me.
Oh, okay. All right, Bradley. Without further ado, would you like to start first
Uh,
citrus meeting?
okay, so since Ian just got here, first citrus meeting, um, the first thing I want to pitch is how we're gonna organize things. So everyone at the very start is gonna get a turn to be focused on. So like I'm gonna today. I hope I don't take up too much time, but I'm pitching my new comic today, and then
Hmm.
after I'm done, then everyone can add a comment or add a criticism or something they want to see, and then we'll move on to the next person, and we'll do the same thing for everyone, and then after that we can break apart and focus on stuff. So, all right, I have this. I'm going to open up. So first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show like my
Ooh.
first little comic thing I made.
Okay.
So
Oh, oh.
I've just been
I
doing
saw
this
that.
in Windows Paint with a mouse because it makes me look like a lot less pressured to make things look good. So
Yeah.
this is just rough. Anyway, so my new series is Forget About the World, and it's gonna be about this lady Melody, and so basically some things um she can't talk. I haven't decided exactly what the reason is. I've been trying to figure it out, and I've been trying to figure some scenes out and some ideas out why she can't really. Maybe like her mouth was like deformed or something. I don't know. That's the idea that came into my mind recently. And like if she opens her mouth, you'll see this like really weird looking. But anyways,
Ooh,
she
like
can't
that.
talk. Um, Forget About the World is going to be set on like a really surreal planet. It's going to have like the lower class actually live on the planet, and then there's going to be two rings around it like this. So,
Ooh,
and then that's where the like richer people live. And then there's
yeah.
like one moon, and that's where all the like the leaders and super rich people live. Um, the whole world is like super technologically advanced, and AI like does everything.
In the
Yeah.
future.
So basically there's no reason to make art, there's no reason to make movies, there's no reason to do anything because AI can already do it. So basically there's no motivation. And so everyone living on the planet, it's not exactly like doing bad. Like everyone's got a house and they've got food and stuff, but they've just they're just stuck with really boring jobs. So basically this is Melody.
I
Yeah.
I think it's cool because it's kind of like a recession back to like basically primitive survival, except for everything's high tech and advanced. Like everybody's
I
just
really,
living basic normal lives, but like there's nothing to it.
I really love the ring worlds that you always draw for your planets. Like whenever you like fully draw them, they always look really pretty. And by the way, real quick, one more thing. I'm sorry, I don't want to take too long on like breaks, but I just want to say your art in MS Paint looks really nice. Like the texture of the brush actually like makes it look really clean. I like it a lot.
Oh, thanks.
Oh, by the way, if I'm quiet, it's because I'm note taking. So,
All right. So, uh, Melody basically is gonna be working at Amazon. I think I'm gonna rename it to Illegal Alien. I think that's what, or
Legal Alien.
something along those
I like
lines.
that. I like that. I like that.
I am back.
Hello,
Wait, so illegal alien or legal alien?
illegal. You know,
Illegal. I like that. I like that.
immigrant. I don't know, something along those lines. I just think that'd be a kind of a funny basis that her job's named after, and I kind of think like you could consider the packages, or maybe people hide in them sometimes. I don't know. Like,
Do they try
anyways,
to would they try to cross over in the mailing system to the ring world or the moon? Like through
I'm not sure. It's more named that for a bit than anything. So
Oh, a bit,
this
okay.
series isn't supposed to be as funny as Duality Man. I'd say I want like 1 bit per chapter, and the rest is kind of like schizo stuff.
Yeah.
So it's like what the heck is going on, and then 1 bit and like, haha, okay, that was funny, but that's and then it's more weird stuff. Kind of catch you off guard, I guess.
Yeah.
Um, so and then at Amazon, she has a whole bunch of weird friends. So
Yeah.
basically, every single day is going to be set from the perspective of her reflecting on the day. So, like, can you tell this is like her face first in a pillow on a bed?
Yeah. Yep. I really love that drawing. Like
Okay.
it has so much personality.
So, this is like face first pillow, and I've got this. It's like, so every single day isn't exactly gonna be like correct. It's kind of like unreliable narrator because
I like that.
you're not viewing days as they happen. You're viewing days as she remembers them happening.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
I
Wait, can I
like
say
that.
something?
That's
Can I
cool.
say something about that? So in like an actual chapter of Forget About the World, it would start with like just as an example, like September like 20th, like 30,000 something something. I went to work and like it would be narrated like that, but it would actually show like what they were doing and talking about, but it wouldn't be too reliable. Just trying to get the
Yeah, it's just
okay.
like it just feel like things in the day just happen, just don't seem exactly how a normal person would react, like other people too.
Yeah.
And basically my excuse, the reason why things weird is you don't really know what's happening because this is just what's replaying in her head, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of like that because it's like a really relatable thing where it's like after something happens, we all like think in the shower, like, how could I have handled that differently? Like, you know?
Yeah, thanks.
Take a number. Ooh.
So, you ever see one of these thingies? You like take a
Yeah.
number and then call your number. So this
Yeah.
is one of the ways she remembers her day. She basically gives herself advice throughout the day. So she kind of starts off like taking a uh taking a note every day. Like she starts off and like starts taking these tickets, and it's like advice throughout her day. So like for example, like she'd take a
Oh, they're like
note.
fortunate. Okay.
So she'd take a note and it says, "Do not run over cat on way to work," right?
I really
So
like this. I really like this.
so of
Okay.
course she immediately goes and runs over a cat on her way to work, right?
What? Oh my god.
That's funny.
And
That's fun.
so like these are notes like I shouldn't have done that, or just like so she'll always immediately do whatever she reads because the day's already happened, right? This advice
Yeah.
is really
Yeah.
useless. It's like falling off of a playground and then your mom telling you to be careful. Like,
Yeah.
so she runs over the cat and then she goes up to this dude. This is her, and there's this dude who's like, I love cats. He's like, and she looks up, and she can't talk, so she has this little notepad she writes on. Like,
Aw.
I think I ran over your cat, and he's like, Are you sure? What it look like? And
Yeah.
You made her look so ugly.
I love his character design. It's so good. It's so good.
and then you think like if someone asked you to describe a cat, you'd be like, oh, it was orange, it was black, you know.
Oh my god.
But she just
Yeah.
draws a dead cat.
I knew it, bro. I knew it. Oh my
It looked
god.
like this. It was dead.
I low-key thought
Very
she was
dead.
just gonna grab the body and give it to him. Sorry.
Okay.
I like that a lot. I love that. That's perfect.
And then he's like, "Are you sure it's dead?" And then and then she gets this. Don't show him the dead cat. And then
Oh,
she
no.
shows him the dead cat.
Oh,
Ew. That's fucking funny.
I love
It's a lot darker than I thought it would be.
What?
So there's the first comic of
That was
Forget
I
About the
love
World.
that. I love that so much.
Okay, I have a question. Is it okay if I like? I know
Yeah.
you're not done, but can I want something real quick? Okay, so with this formula, are you ever gonna have like days with Melody where she genuinely does try her hardest to just not do what the ticket says, but like everything keeps collapsing around it? Like let's say there's
Hey,
like a chapter where
could you write that idea in Forget About the World for me, please?
yeah, I got you. But like so before I do, like for an example, it's like don't take Brandon's bag of chips, but like everyone's like, dude, I really want those chips. And then like there's a point where like something knocks into the bag and then it like flies across the room and it gets in her hand and she's like, no, I can't take it for some reason. And like stuff like that, like stuff like Final Destination or Milo Murphy's Law, where literally everything that like can go wrong will, because like the note is telling her don't do it, don't take that
Uh,
note.
okay, I like that. I like that. Please write that.
Okay, with
And
the
then yeah, I like that. Or maybe it's like don't break his pencil, and then she like
yeah
instantly like runs away from this guy, and then she just
yeah
looks
yeah.
down at her hands and she's just got like a snapped pencil in her hand. Like, when did that happen? And
I just imagine like at first she would be like, oh, okay, it's whatever. Like the dead cat thing. It's like you know what, just I gotta show. I have to show him so that he knows what's up. It's like don't show him the dead cat. I have to show him if it's his cat or not. But like later on, when she like it gets to the
oh,
point where it's like you know what,
she like
I'm done.
argues with the notes.
He could argue with the note. That sounds really fun. That's a
So
really
like
fun.
Yeah,
like
that sounds fun.
or maybe the note keeps like updating and is like, no, you can't show him the dead cat, idiot. And it's like,
Wait,
Yeah.
so does the ticket machine like is it only at her house or does she always have it on her like a backpack?
um, I think at the start of every chapter she only takes one, but she just keeps finding them in her pocket. Like they're like little notes to herself, so she always has the next note.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like maybe she like really aggressively like rips them up and burns them, and she always gets them back after.
Okay, so
Yeah.
so she hates these notes, like,
Yeah,
or eventually
she
she just
hates
hates
these
them.
notes. Yeah,
Okay, Melody hates the notes.
and to her, like, since she kind of lives every day in her head, these notes like really are actually just do appear. Her like this. This is unreliable narrator, but this is actually how she thinks her life went, right?
Oh,
Yeah,
I think it. So it's like a ticket thing, right?
Yeah, it's like if you've
I
ever
see.
seen something like this before.
I have, yeah.
Wait, so do they like come out of her head like the or like what?
I think like at the start of the day she takes one ticket and then the rest just kind of appear.
Oh, I see.
Um all right, so I'm gonna move on to the next board.
I'm still here, by the way. I just have to do some. Okay, next one.
One thing that sucks is I have to leave at like 1:15.
Okay.
Oh, I see a horse. I see a horse. I immediately like it.
I think I know what you're doing. Okay.
All right, so there's the planet again. So that's Melody. So the other character is Hope. And I've shown Hope before, but let me just upload just to remind
I
you.
think I know who you're talking about.
I think I remember too.
Let me see. It's got to be on my camera roll somewhere.
Please, like, no. Even if you change her design, please keep it so her hair still like kind of clips into her helmet. Like that is one of the like most unique character designs.
Yeah.
I just remembered it's on my computer. That's where the photo is.
Well, that stinks. Why is Kiki muted?
Because he's a
He's dead.
silly little goose. Oh, here it is. Here it is.
Oh, you found it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's goaded
Oh
as
yeah, I
hell.
remember that.
Yeah.
All right, so in so that's kind of like probably like that comic I just showed you is probably like the cheeriest part of each comic. It's basically just some really wild social interaction that doesn't go how you think it
Yeah.
would. Um,
Yeah.
and then the next part it gets even more schizo-y. So that I just shared that picture of Hope, and you see the little panels, that's supposed to be the same as this right here. So this is how
Oh,
Yeah.
Hope kind of appears mostly. So I think so she's not really like this is like the big conflict. Like there's the main plot and then there's the umbrella plot. Like the Hope and the entropy I'm talking about is like the universe size struggle that I think kind of
pick it
is
up.
going to transition into the lower stakes plot. So this is like the high stakes stuff. So
Hmm.
here's this guy. I don't think that's how I want him to look, but this is gonna be the entropy. He's gonna be called opposition. Uh,
Interesting.
Ah.
I don't know. I just want a really
Is he the
I want
is he
a
the physical
manifestation.
manifestation of like the universe and it going flat? That's really cool.
Yeah, so I want him to look really scary. I want him to be like a gigantic, weird, scary face. I don't know. That's just what I drew. 'Cause I
I
don't
like
really know what
that.
he's gonna look like. Um, so it's kind of Hope is kind of presented as like the good one, but I also want to make it clear that she's not a good one. She's just part of the universe, I guess. So,
Yeah.
something about opposition is he wants like a word that's good is order. I'd say order is a good word.
Mhm.
Order wants everything to be fair. Order wants everything to be uh flat. Order wants everything to be the same, right? And that's not all necessarily bad things. And then hope would be counteracting that. So my idea is like Hope used to be a star, and if anything's the opposite of flat, it'd be like a raging star, like doing supernova and like making the whole universe to have light and stuff. Um,
Yeah.
Yeah.
so but another thing, and that all sounds good, but another thing about that is she's also chaos. Chaos is the opposite of entropy. Chaos is the opposite of order. Uh, and chaos isn't a good thing, right?
Yeah, no.
Nope.
So it's kind of gonna be a balance between these two, and
Yeah,
I like that.
I love that a lot.
so I think first it's gonna trick you into thinking that hope is just hope is hope. Like hope is the ultimate super powerful good guy, and opposition is the bad guy, especially because of their names. But it'll kind of get you to see both aspects soon.
hmm
Yeah.
So with
I
hope,
really I love the writing here because you can't have extremities of either. Because, like you said, with opposition, if he allows entropy to happen, then the entire universe is flat and like existence is gone. However, if Hope allows herself to cause chaos on everything, she could probably make it worse than entropy. You know, I really like
So
that.
they have balance between each other.
I'm
Yeah,
also
they need
kind
like an
of
agreement.
I
I'm
like
also
whenever there's yin and yang and like stuff.
Yeah.
yeah. I'm also thinking it's kind of gonna be a flip villain. Like, it, at first, Hope will seem like the good guy, but then Hope will get too powerful, and then we have to go to the other guy.
Yeah.
I'm not quite
Oh,
sure. Um, so
it's
the
it's up to you. I like that idea
the
though.
reason why Hope is a kind of any importance at all
Oh,
is because of what I'll show on the next page, but because um Hope never I'm not Hope, sorry, because Melody never uh does any social interaction perfectly, or because she just isn't normal, I guess. She always feels like she has to change. So so she's so her brain works like everyone else's, right? Now
yeah.
here, let me
Yeah.
open another one. So this is like her coming home, and I thinking like every day when she comes home, she's gonna just be like doing normal stuff. This is kind of a layout of the house. So this is like the spooky room right here where all the
Yeah. Yeah.
crazy stuff's gonna happen. And there's like a
Oh, did
kitchen. There's
your
like
camera fall?
oh my bad.
Oh, it did. I was too looking at something.
I
Mhm.
this is like the room. This is like the counter. This is like a kitchen island. This is like a couch and TV. So I'm thinking it's just gonna
I
be
see.
like her chilling around the house, but then there's just this gigantic door with just like red light streaming out of it, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Um,
That was
in
cool.
this door, this is where she does like and again it's like unreliable narrator stuff, but she does like surgery on her brain, right? So she's got the mask on,
Cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
and then like this, it's like her laying down on the table, and she's got like a
That's cool.
scalpel, and like rips out her brain and starts doing cutting it and starts stabbing it and
Yeah.
I like
rearranging,
that. I like that a lot.
reconnecting it.
It's really cool. I have a question. Um, I think you've told me before, and I'm sorry. So when she does the surgeries on her brains, the reason why is just to like mess around and have fun, right? Like that's why, like just altering herself a bit.
So yeah, she's like, well, when she's doing it, she's like actually, she's just trying to like alter her personality to fit in.
Actually,
I
But
see.
except the thing is like everyone around her is like super duper weird too, so it's never gonna work out, right?
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So I can imagine she's a girl, like she's like the most normal looking like character in the whole thing, and There's the guy with like the huge nose and like the terrible
I
haircut.
love the guy who's literally a horse, right?
Yeah, please,
Yeah.
please. Like you can't like as a person, you probably can never match that. Because just that's just how he is.
Yeah. So this
There
is.
we go.
Anyways, this is Illegal Alien. There's the.
Alien.
Uh,
I
And
see.
then I don't know. It's so.
I wonder what company this is trying to be.
I love it. I love. So he works at Illegal Alien with
Yeah.
Melody.
I
Okay,
uh,
I really
so
like.
awesome.
I'm sorry.
I think the horse is like gonna be. We were talking. I think we. I don't know who was talking about this, but I think horse is gonna be like weirdly obsessed with the job. Like is gonna like know
Yeah. I remember
every
this.
single
Yeah.
aspect of the job. Hey, could someone write down the horse thing?
I got you. So what do you want me to write down? Horse.
Like
Horse.
horse knows everything about the job. So what I want. So like that's everything. What I don't know in my story that I'd like ideas on is I want to know more about crazy I want to know more about who her crazy friends are going to be because
Yeah.
because Melody can't talk,
Yeah.
she's not going to be able to progress the story on her own, so she needs a lot of
Weird friends.
weird friends so I can progress the story, right?
Yeah.
And then I want to know if anyone has any ideas how I
Okay.
can start connecting Melody to like that really big conflict I was talking about. So yeah,
Okay.
I would like to turn the time to you guys to yap some stuff.
May I go first? Because I have a couple of questions, especially
Yes.
regarding the horse. Okay. So I was thinking with the horse, he is such a professional at his job. And, the thing about like nature is like they kind of just live, like they eat, they, I don't know, drink water, they protect people. And sometimes they build their own like habitat. But I feel like with horses, especially with like domesticated ones, they kind of just don't do anything with their life. And I think something so special about a horse person being so good at a job is like there's something really special about that because it's kind of like fighting his own nature. And I wonder, I was going to ask you if he ever has any like internal struggle or questions about it. Because I think that's such an interesting topic with like an animal that literally has like no purpose, like trying to obtain one because he has the mental capacity of a human being. Does
I
he
don't.
ever like see does he ever see hay and like gets like low key PTSD thinking about, man, I could have been such a different person. I couldn't have been a person at all. As sad as that is.
Yeah,
I can.
how do you think the horse got? Do you think they just shoved
I
a
was gonna
human
ask you.
brain in a horse?
Yes, I was gonna ask
Honestly,
you. Was it a mutation? Like, what was it? Or was he just like was like? I know it's like, oh, it's just a bit. Like,
personally,
it's just a horse person. Yeah.
I think it would be way funnier if they were just genuinely desperate for employees and they're like, just hire this fucking horse.
Yes. Okay. I like that. I like that. Okay. So desperate. Hold on. Desperate for employees.
Yeah.
Illegal alien is desperate for employees. Okay. There we go. Um. Okay. And I think it was okay. So how could we? So new friends and connecting
I have
Here, do you
I have
guys
melodies
want
to
some
me to
plot.
write?
suggestions for
Do you
new
guys want me to write
friends.
that? Here, let me just write that.
All right. I
New
have some
friendly.
pitches for new work buddies,
Okay.
or at least work characters. I think it'd be cool if there was just a lot of like different archetypes or like people you would see at a workplace. So we have the tryhard, like the horse who knows way too much about everyone in the in the workplace. But I think
Yeah.
on the opposite side of the spectrum, we should have the family hire that maybe was like the son or daughter of one of the managers, and literally is so bad at their job, but they always get like promotions because they're family.
What if they were? What
Okay.
if that character was literally just a banana that kept slipping on his own peels because he sheds from stress?
It depends on if you want to do more like cartoonish.
I
stuff.
I want
Well,
to
he
keep
said
it. I don't
wacky
know.
friend.
I think I don't know if I'm ready to do like an entire live banana yet.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
I think it could just be like the rest, because then I feel like if there's more ridiculous stuff that you wouldn't see at the workplace, then it would kind of like undermine the horse. I think the horse should be
Yeah,
the only
yeah.
one
Mhm.
that's like
The
you wouldn't see
standout.
this. Yeah,
Okay, so
yeah.
I don't. I was
what
kind
if
of
the
thinking that everyone else. So I want like almost everyone to look like a humanoid alien.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
I
Like
loved I was gonna
like
pitch. Yeah.
think Jumba and Plinkly, I
Ooh, that's
guess.
a-
Like they're pretty
The
much a
Ah.
human, except Jumba's got 4 eyes. Plinkly's pretty much a human. I guess he's got 1 eye, but like something kind of like that, right?
Yeah,
my
I like
mind
that.
immediately my mind immediately goes to Smiling Friends because the whole point of the show is these are like crazy alien cartoon characters in realistic scenarios. Like,
Yeah.
but they act natural. The difference with Bradley's and Forget About the World though is like they also like act wacky as well. It's just
Yeah.
Hope is Loki being like tortured to try and fit in. And so I was thinking for like a humanoid, like okay, so only the horse is like the special one.
I
That you
think
have one
Yeah.
horse.
I think the horse I want. So I want the horse to just low key be as realistic as I can possibly draw him. Like he's a horse. He's
Yeah, yeah,
not.
yeah,
He's
yeah.
not
Yes,
BoJack
That-
horse. He's a horse.
yeah,
like
he is a
like
horse.
everyone yeah, everyone should be like cartoony and then there's just a random realistic horse.
Yeah.
I thought
There
of a
could
really
Loki be
fun.
oh sorry.
Sorry, oh, you first. You first. There could Loki
There could
be.
low key be panels where you literally just download a PNG online and just use that.
Wait. Okay.
Yes.
Bradley, what it? Okay, so Bradley pitched a character for Forget About the World. It's this really buff guy, like so big he can't even walk into doors. And you know how our inside bit is Buff Horse? What if they get
Of
too?
course.
What if they get too many employees and one day they have to literally fuse Buff like Horse guy and Buff guy?
Well,
So they have
wouldn't
so
that
they have
counteract
so they
like the
so they
issue of
technically
them
have
being
like one less
understaffed?
employee.
Wouldn't that counteract the
uh,
issue of them being
That's funny.
understaffed?
Like
Oh wait, yeah, wait, no. If they have too many, then they're like the whole point is they're desperate. Never mind. But like,
yeah.
I don't know. Oh, but okay. A funny caricature idea I had for a person just to throw out there is I'm thinking of like a really just hairy fuzzball, like not Chewbacca, but just like a really like a walking hairball. But like he looks like a guy. Like
Yeah.
it's just a really hairy guy. That's it. Like just a hairy guy. Like super like
I think
spiky hair.
oh no, yeah, you weren't done, sorry.
Like spiky, like puffy hair, like all over his body. Like even his arms have like patches that like it looks like poop got smeared on his forearms with its
hey,
hair.
can you give me
Oh my
Oh,
god.
1 second? There's one more character that I have like a drawing of. I'm gonna go grab real quick.
Yes, yes.
oh, it's a real drawing. Uh-huh.
I have a
Real
couple more
drawing.
like ideas for workers.
Yes. I something I want to pitch to Bradley plot wise that would be really cool is like, oh Bradley, I have a pitch for like plot wise stuff real quick.
Okay.
A really cool event that I want to happen is so Melody's whole deal is she wants to change herself and be friends with people and actually get along with them, and it's all because she's insecure about not being able to talk, right? I
Pretty
think
much.
like throughout the series as she gets like meets people at work, she should try her best to like be like, "Oh, can I come with you guys to like that party you're going to or like go out and eat or something?" And like you should make it like really awkward. She literally can't do stuff that most normal people can do, and she forces herself to do things that normal people
Okay.
do that she can't.
I'm thinking like, what if they played games and they were just like offensively like tailored to just exactly what she can't do. Like
Oh
one
my
thing
god.
Oh my.
one thing is like another thing
Oh,
she's like super short, right? What if they did like a whole bunch of games and she was just too short to do them, and then they did a whole bunch of they did like one of those games where like say you can only say a sentence with only or like a whole bunch of speaking related games. There's
Hey,
a
you
whole
should
bunch
do
of
one where it's
I was gonna say
Hangman.
No,
charades.
no, charades is like a game where you have to act out. I was gonna recommend like they play Simon Says and make her be Simon.
yeah, and
Oh,
everyone just looks at her and then she kind of brings out her notepad like a little shaky and it's like everyone's just like honestly offended that like actually like unexcusably offended that she can't talk or something like everyone's just like
yeah.
and again unreliable narrator that people can be like
Oh,
have extreme reactions.
this could
Even
also
Marco
cause
Polo.
tension. This could cause tension in the workplace too. Like after like this hangout stuff or like events of trying to hang out with her, she's like known as like an op to all her coworkers now. So her
Yeah.
attempt at trying to make friends ends up failing miserably, and she tries affecting her brain even more. Which you could lead that wherever you want to put that.
So one thing of connecting it to the later plot, um,
Yeah,
so I'm thinking that later, I want Hope to be studying. So like Hope has lived for a really really long time. And remember, Hope's the like super omnipresent,
yeah,
powerful
Yeah.
lady. Um,
Yeah.
she's been alive for so long that like you know how when people are really old, they feel like time goes faster.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like when people are like really old, like they don't have any problem waiting a year, where but like a kid who's like 5 years old, like 1 year is a fifth of their life, but a guy who's like 100 years old,
Yeah.
1 year is 100th of their life. It's nothing to them. So
Yeah.
she's like a billion years old, so she can kind of just slow down and speed up time however she wants.
Ooh.
So like
Mm.
I imagine she like she created oh by the way, if you guys have any ideas for what the world is called.
Hmm.
I'm terrible with naming conventions, so I wouldn't know.
Not gonna lie, me too.
Anyways,
Oh.
I'll keep thinking on that. But like, so she forms the world, and she sees that she sees all the space dust, and she sees there's like potential for a planet to form. So she just sits there and waits for 1 million years, and she just sits there and watches for 1 million years and watches the planet forms. And as she sees that life
Yeah.
starts to form on the planet, she goes and visits the planet.
Yes, that's how. Okay, keep going.
And
So is that the planet that they live on?
yeah,
Like that one?
that's the planet with all the rings and stuff. So
I see.
they visit she visits the planet, and I'm thinking she appears in the planet like she splits herself into like 100 or like 1,000 different versions of herself, so she can like go and experience the planet for herself.
Oh, I really like
Ooh,
that.
I like that a lot. I was gonna say it'd be really cool to like be sneaky and like in one of the earlier episodes. You know how they're living in like the bottom class. It'd be cool if there were like billboards with like TV screens for news, so that everyone can hear the news. And I just thought
Uh-huh.
it'd be cool if she was on there. It's like new upcoming millionaire in like the on the moon, and it's like her. Like she's starting like to explore the world by starting from like the highest place first, just to see what's up.
And
I'm
I'm
curious. Wait,
thinking
so she splits into 1,000 like people. Would all these people like be her? Or are they like people like that don't know they're part of her?
I'm
Like does she
thinking
change her appearance?
I'm thinking Yeah, so I'm thinking she appears at a whole bunch of different ages, and I'm thinking that Melody ends up
Mm.
becoming friends with her at a whole bunch of different
Yeah,
durations. So she
I
becomes friends with her as a child. Melody becomes friends with Hope as a child. Melody becomes friends with Hope as like a teenager. Melody becomes friends with Hope as like a coworker at work. And
yeah. I think it'd be cool if Hope was like their manager or something.
oh yeah, maybe.
It'd be
And
sick if
like
there was a version of Hope that was literally just a walking skeleton, but it still had her hair.
oh,
Like
that's kind
just
of cool. You should write that.
she's already dead, but oh wait, hold on.
Um
Skeleton
And
Melody.
kind of the point is I'm thinking for her final, uh, like the form that's in charge of all their forms is gonna look like this, right?
I really like that.
Oh, I'm looking.
So when she,
Oh, I see.
like one day when she starts her brain surgery, she'll see like this figure like watching her do it and like this really
Ooh.
crazy, and I imagine like she'll need a scalpel and then Hope will hand her the scalpel and then she needs
Oh,
scissors and like Hope becomes the lab assistant and like
I
oh,
like
and
that.
what if like you know how sometimes friends can be really pushy and like kind of pseudo bully people into being someone they're
oh
not?
yeah, she
What if
keeps
Hope?
bullying her to edit
Yeah,
herself.
yeah. What if Hope like fit? No. Like she literally takes the scalpel and everything, and then she starts editing Melody into being someone completely different, and Melody can't even remember it because she wasn't the one that
Okay.
edited it. Oh my
I don't
god,
know.
that would be
I think
so.
it'd be I think it'd be cooler if she influenced her to do it herself.
Oh, instead of her physically doing it over time.
Yeah, yeah, because like it's more about someone changing how they perceive themselves rather than about like someone physically doing it for them. You know.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
So, I know I just said this is what would be happening, but why do you think that would be? Why do you think Hope would have that motive? Can you think of an idea why
Um,
Hope would have that motive?
I I
As
honestly Oh, sorry.
no, you go. I keep cutting you off.
I wouldn't know why she has that motive. I really like the idea of like the main reason like Hope even finds out about Melody in the first place, like as a point of interest is because she met her at work, like a version of herself. I thought of a really funny idea for like I feel like it'd be in like tone with what you want to do for like how Melody even discovers that Hope is like Hope. Would it? I thought it'd be funny if the coworkers were like, "Yo, what if we like pranked our manager?" And then they followed their manager home, and then she was doing like weird schizo stuff, like in the mirror, and they saw like this weird thing in the mirror, and it's that like
Or they
that
saw like
eyeball thing.
or they saw all of the hopes like grouped up together because what if she has a time limit for how long they can be split up for, so it kind of drains her
Yeah,
body when she's using time control. So at a certain point in the day she like has to bring them all together into herself, and then so they walk into the room, it's like, oh, all of you are who are these? Wait, I know her, I also know her, wait, you know her,
yeah,
and it's
yeah.
like they all like
Harvey,
fuse
It,
into
so
her.
cool.
that
It'd
gave
be cool.
me into like an
I know you
idea
first.
question. When she does that time thing, is it actually like time being controlled, or is it like her kind of like controlling her own metabolism, being able to
It's
perceive
it's
time
more like her
differently?
controlling her own metabolism.
Okay, I thought
Yeah,
so.
that's that's cool. Oh yeah. Something I think would be really cool is like the reason she's even interested in Melody is because maybe all the coworkers like dip before anything weird happens, but they leave Melody there because like they're fucking assholes. And like, what if Hope realizes she's watching? She's like, you know too much. So maybe the next day she sees her while she's like doing the schizo like brain surgery, and she tries to convince her to like remove those memories from her brain, like so she doesn't know what like her manager really is, and I think that'd be cool.
I feel like
Because
as like, oh yeah.
is she trying to like stay secret like Hope? Like does she like want? Would she get mad if someone discovered like her real identity?
Yeah, I think so.
I
Because she's
see.
One
supposed to be a
question too. So with the brain thing, is it metaphoric or is it like her actually changing her brain in her like mental state?
It's
that's
more it's more metaphoric. It's more like
Okay,
while
I
she's
thought so too.
sleeping,
Yeah,
she kind
I
of
like that.
Alright,
rearranges her neurons in her brain, but how she sees it is her like cutting into it and like
yeah.
I see. Okay, I had a feeling.
Ooh. Oh, that would be
I
really scary, actually.
I
Um,
real quick.
I'm
Oh,
think
never mind. You go first.
Okay, so like it's all in her head, and I think something that would be really cool. This happens a lot in real life, but when someone is like saying something or doing something next to someone while they're sleeping, they'll oftentimes like hear that person or see them in their dreams. And I think it'd be really crazy if one of the times she's asleep and doing the like brain shit, she sees Hope, and then we find out she wakes up and there's signs that someone was in her house.
Dude,
Yeah.
that'd be so. I love that. I love that so much. Okay, and what I
Like,
was trying to pick is you really wanted to connect why Hope even is interested in Melody. I think as an agent and being of chaos, you would want to attach yourself to the most chaotic person in the room. So she sees like you know how you're saying like, oh, well, Melody's like the most normal person in the world. Well, to Hope, she finds Melody the most interesting because you have the horse guy and he knows what he wants. He has a certified like simple life, and all the other managers and all the other people do. They know what they want, but Melody is constantly changing herself and constantly is like finding new ways to live life that isn't concrete. So she
yeah.
finds it somewhat chaotic, and I really like how or something that I would like is if you touched into the like Hope being chaotic and touching into Melody because of like how chaotic her life can be because everyone else
Ooh,
around her
it could
is
also. Oh, no,
yeah.
sorry. I
No,
have a
you go,
bad
you go,
promise.
you go.
It could be really cool if we have little nods. So, like, her childhood friend is this other person who looks shockingly like her manager. And, like,
Oh,
would it not be cool if, like, the different versions of Hope, like, we're watching her throughout her entire
Oh
life?
yeah, yeah.
like using it as entertainment in a way. Oh my goodness. Oh,
So,
Yeah,
dude,
what
so
if what if the
when she
reason
finally
why
realizes,
what if the reason why Hope's interested in Melody is like just because she's like Hope's been her little soap opera. Like
yeah, yeah,
yeah,
dude. I
oh,
like that.
yeah, that's really cool. Yeah,
It
and
still makes
also,
it
like,
really cool.
it would connect the dots too when she sees all the Hopes like in her house, like, and like one of them is the kid that was her childhood friend, and she's like, "Oh, what the fuck?"
so I have a lot of notes and this is just of like I want these little moments, I want these themes to be s- something that she's dealing with. So this is kind of like a story about my mental health struggles.
Yeah,
Um, so this is kind of like some concepts I want to go over. Like one of the things is like I have always had a really hard time getting to sleep because I kind of have some like night anxiety and
yeah,
I remember nights I can't go to sleep because my heart was just like pounding and I could just feel it like pounding in my chest and I think no, I think that's something I kind of want to reiterate. Also,
yeah.
um another idea is like and if you guys have any ideas to shoot off this, just let me know. Um
I find that really. Thank you for talking about that. I also used to have a really similar situation. Even like every now and then, I have nights when
Hold
I
on.
can't sleep because I get scared of
Yeah.
like I start thinking about like death and stuff
What?
and like existence itself. And
Okay.
it's not really a big problem to me every day now, not like it used to be. But there are nights where like that, where like what you just said, where like you have so much anxiety you can't sleep. I think you should put that in here somewhere.
Thanks. And so there's another theme. Um
I'm back.
so
Hello.
one of the ideas I want to communicate is melody. It have you ever felt like you just aren't allowed to think because if you allow yourself to think, everything's just gonna fall apart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, that's kind of an idea I want to try to communicate. Um,
I like
What
that.
What if when she sleeps one night, she ends up in a like a room with a bunch of like not Lego but like building blocks, and she's like trying to move them around and try to think of something new, but they keep falling apart. And over time, maybe at the ending, she makes a house where she finds like you know what, I don't need all the pieces. You know,
put that idea in. Need
hold
all
on one
the
sec.
ideas. Um,
Um,
something that's quite so especially with the brain thing, one of the ideas I'm trying to communicate is she makes constant adjustments, but they're never enough. Um,
Yeah.
I've gone through like counseling and stuff for like my mental health, and it just feels like every single time you go, they're like, look, this is wrong with your brain. Let's fix that. And every single time I go home and try to work on it, and it's not, and my brain isn't fixed yet. And then you go back. Hold on one second. Guys, can I come back in like 1 minute?
Yeah.
Okay.
You guys can prep for your turn.
All right.
Okay.
Oh yeah, something that sucks is that I have to leave for my dermatologist meeting in like 20 minutes, dude. I'm so sorry. I wish I could
Oh.
stay here the whole time.
We can like
Alright.
link back again later then.
If you guys want, we should have like a secondary checkup like later because I want to talk about my stuff, but I don't think I have time.
Man,
Like I think, okay, if anything, if Bradley's like done soon, I have one last thing to say about his, and I'll just say a little quick things about mine about things I want to do, and that's it, and then I'll
Right.
leave. You guys are gonna take
Yeah.
notes
Same.
anyway,
Also,
so I
I,
can
I,
always
I don't think I'm gonna be leaving. Oops.
Huh?
No, what were you saying?
You guys are gonna take notes anyway, so if anything, I'll just look over them and see if there's
Yeah.
anything I can add.
I've written down some stuff. For me,
Hi,
I have notes
Bradley.
for when I'm leaving because I haven't been given like any information on when my mom wants to do the thing. So let's hope that I have time.
All right, Bradley. I'm gonna be leaving in 20 minutes, so I have one last thing to say about yours. And are you almost done with yours? Because I'll just like go into mine really quickly. Hello. I think your mic's off.
Oh yeah, you can have
Yeah.
your turn.
Oh well, one thing I want to say about it was something you said at the beginning, and I think personally that Melody should just not be able to talk because she's nonverbal. And the reason
Yep.
I like that idea is because there's a lot of people in real life that are nonverbal and like just can't speak because of different
Yeah.
reasons.
Also
And
something
like
that nobody ever does.
something I love is when people like highlight like disabilities or things that affect people that like aren't often talked about, and they do it in a way that's really mature and teaches them like how to like cope with and like accept themselves for who they are, because not everyone can like just stop being nonverbal. And I think the idea of having Melody like constantly have to like figure out how she like can express herself without being able to speak is really cool. And I want to do similar stuff in my stuff, like where it's like having to like cope with and learn how to deal with like things that happen and things that affect you instead of just like, oh, I'm suddenly better. Um, that's just what I think, though.
Alright, cool, thanks. You can talk about your
Um,
stuff now.
by the way, before we end it out, I just want to say I love Forget About the World. The story is awesome. I love the art
yeah,
ideas. The city's so
I'm really
cool.
excited.
I'm excited too. And it's fun. Just
Thanks.
one my last note. Please keep the buff guy that can't even walk into the doors, but
Yeah.
make his head look
Oh,
weird. Make him
oh
make him
yeah.
wear underwear for glasses. I don't know how to make that work, but make him wear underwear for glasses.
What
Oh,
make him
I
a
forgot.
curve?
I had two like worker ideas like as well that like you could write down. I don't have any like bits or anything for them. I want there. I think a guy that would also highlight the family hire is like a janitor or like a cleanup crew guy that fucking hates his job because like we could say that the family hire guy makes a mess all the time and he has to clean it up. He's like, I don't get paid enough for this fucking bullshit.
And what if the janitor was literally a walking, talking like mop that has to like flip himself over and hold
That's
himself to
why I
clean up
like
the
the
mess?
idea. I like the hairball idea. I think it would work for the janitor if he was just a big
Mhm.
hairball.
Imagine all the dirt getting in his hair and getting stuck, and he has to
Yeah.
clean it up every
And
day.
no, imagine he shakes it all out and it gets dirt. It was like, damn it! I have to clean it up again. um. So, anyways, then there's another like duo I think would be cool. It's like I have nothing to do like think about with these guys. I just really like the idea of one of our stories having like a work rivalry where two characters like try to one up each other like with doing stuff at work. Like I don't think it would fit for like an entire like
sole one-off story, but like I think having that in yours would fit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So, anyways, there isn't much I want to talk about anyway. That's why I'm fine that I don't have that much time.
Oh, sorry.
Um. Oh yeah. So I've been working on revising like the chapters that are only in beats for Hunter. I'm only on chapter 1 right now, but I'm gonna try to pick up the pace and work on it every day because I don't have anything else going on.
Yeah.
I I'll probably work on it after I get home from the dermatologist actually. So that's kind of it with that. I'm really excited to show you like if you guys ever want to read my beats, you can. Bradley, I haven't been sending you them, but I should send you the screenplays.
You would be so
Um,
proud of his work, Bradley. It's amazing.
um, I will say you can choose whenever you want to read the 60-page or no 70-page chapter 15 screenplay that took us
Is
2 hours to get through.
is that all posted
No,
on your?
I'll post them. I'll post them like honestly tonight.
Okay.
I don't know. I get really insecure about sharing them just because I don't
Yeah,
know.
I get that.
But I'll share them and I'll see. I'm curious what you guys think. Um, Anywho, I'll do the same when I finish chapter 1 because I do think I really like how it started. Some things I've been changing about lore of Hunter, or just things I've been figuring out, is the true setting, like where because it takes
Yes,
place in our world, like
yes.
so. I wanted it to be in either Nevada or Arizona, and I was like, I already have something that like is going to take place in Nevada. Living Hells, they're going to go to Nevada at some point, so I was like, I'll just do Arizona because it's literally right next to it, and it's like exactly the same in terms of desert. And I found out that there's this really cool like meteor like crash that happened, and it created this um crater. And I thought it'd be cool if like the entirety of the city of Hunter is in this crater because
Love
it'd be
it.
really cool, at least to
So,
me. Um,
what year does Hunter take place? Do you know?
um, I've always imagined that like I'd say well because by the time like the walls fell, like the technology they had was like VCR, like cassette tapes and like really shitty camcorder shits. Like
Mm.
so it might take place in like early 2000s. Like, but like if everything fucking sucked. um, so that's all with Hunter. I also created the space station that I wanted
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
for
Giddy.
the people who like wanted to go to Mars. It's called Eleanor Aerospace Enterprises.
That's
At
cool.
least that's what I thought sounded cool.
It sounds.
Um, and their whole thing is they want to be the first people to go to take a trip to and from Mars safely. And that's literally what starts the whole Jupiterian conflict shit. So yeah, it sucks. I should fill in Bradley on lore someday, but today is not the
Yeah,
day
I
because there
don't
isn't
really
enough.
know what's going on. Sorry. But if you
Um,
say like whatever whenever you say give me ideas on this, I'll try to cook up ideas.
I see. I'll talk about it later because I don't have time. One other thing I haven't even told Kiki about. Well,
Ooh.
I told Kiki briefly about this. For a Living Hell, I kind of want to make demons more interesting or like do something else with them because personally, I think the way that the power system works right now is kind of boring. It just is just like some demons miraculously get powers, and like I've always wanted to like somehow find a way to make it more interesting, and I think I found a way that like I really like the idea of it, and I might I want to expand on it more.
Yes, yes.
So
You found out how? You found out how?
well, I found something I think would be really cool for like how demons get powers. Um, I think it'd be cool. So originally, how it worked was when a demon or when a person dies a specific way, and they still leave behind like big like wants and like goals and dreams. Like their souls obviously can't like give up on life, so um, they become like the whole idea was that they become like a demon based on like how they died. However, I like I haven't really figured out how that works, and I think I thought of something way cooler. So there's a lot of different ways to die, and a lot of sudden ways to die that like people would die with like wanting something else. Like there's car crashes, there's like all this stuff,
I was
and
gonna
I thought
say,
it'd be
but
cool.
go
I
ahead.
thought it'd be cool if in hell. I want to expand hell a little bit because like I don't know how I'd fit all of this, but I want there to be like I guess demon hearts that like
Ooh.
tie into specific ability like ways people die. Like I think it'd be cool. So just for an example, imagine someone really like wanted like to be a millionaire, but they died like by falling into like a spider den or something, and then like they couldn't give up their dream, so they like basically I think it'd be cool if there was like trials for people like that die like this. Like and
Oh,
if you die in the trial, you like become part of the heart. But if you win, you get the heart, and it like forms a body for you based on like
I
the death.
love this. I love this. I love this
Um,
so much.
so I
Sorry.
think it'd be cool if like for car crashes, like there's a trial of crash or something where like every time someone dies in a car crash wanting like more with their life, they're sent there and then they all have to like get through or else they die and then like they don't like get that chance anymore.
So, could I
Is
share
this
some
is this
ideas?
is this how you
What's up?
split up the sentient like demons and like the like the really cool one or like the brain dead ones?
Yeah. Because
Yes, perfect. It's perfect. It's fucking perfect. But Bradley, pitch.
there's always been Bradley, you first.
All right, so let me just pitch some things about hell, I guess. Um, so like, have you ever heard of like the many circles of hell, like Dante's Inferno?
Yeah.
Yeah, we all have.
Um, have you thought about that at all? Like having
Yeah,
different
Oh
circles of
yeah.
hell, like Dante's Inferno?
his is
Somewhat
really cool.
in terms of structure, yeah. Um, so in lore of hell, like it was like the thing that the big twist of living hell, or like one of the main twists, is that hell was created for redemption and not for punishment at first, and it like it's highlighted by how hell is structured because there's the first layer, which is like a giant pit that like souls have to like climb up to get into actual hell, and if they don't, they kind of like get tortured for life. Because the whole thing is about like bad people go to hell. Obviously, like it's all like hell is still for bad people, but it's about a challenge and a chance for them to like prove that they have the will to like be better. Like only the people who like
I have a question.
actually like have the spirit to get up and like become demons. And once you become a demon, like the whole thing, like the whole idea was that like it's supposed to be a challenge to climb all the way up hell, like, and then at the very top of hell is like a gateway back to like heaven, like so that like you're basically allowed to be freed after like proving yourself that you can make it. Um, However, the reason why demons are evil now is because a certain someone named Santanos, the main bad guy, he's basically a huge threat to heaven, and he was a god who was like punished and like trapped in hell. But the only way they could keep him there is if they locked the like gateway to heaven, so no demons can cross over anymore.
Interesting.
Awesome. I was gonna
Anyways,
ask.
Bradley,
Oh, Bradley first.
um,
Bradley first. Sorry.
I'm
Um,
just curious because
my second idea is like, is there gonna be any? Did you ever read Percy Jackson?
I read the first
no,
book.
I haven't read Percy Jackson. I
So
know it's about like demigods, right?
it's gonna be like Greek mythology and Greek underworld,
Mm.
like Hades and stuff. Is there gonna be like any like personalized punishment? I guess like like someone who died, do they get like their own special thing to like specifically punish them? Like if they really like food,
Oh,
are they gonna be like on a hill surrounded by food, but they can't eat any of it? Like all the food runs
Oh,
away
like they
from
can't
them.
reach it. Oh my
Um,
god.
and then like
maybe.
I don't know. One of the things that was funny is like when they get to Hades, all the worst, most horrible souls
Oh no, I have to
like
leave.
like Hitler, they're like sewed into Hades' underwear,
Hold
like their
on.
souls.
Oh wait, they are? That's awesome. Man,
I have to leave soon.
Aw,
no.
man.
I
Oh,
wasn't
I was
able
gonna
to talk
ask
about much.
Ian, real quick, one last thing. So, are you gonna make like a code of law or like what, like a list of things that make someone bad enough to go to hell, or
How I've always like figured the um system works is there's things you can do that are sinful, and then there's things you can do that are obviously like not. Um,
yeah?
and how it works is like by the end of your life, like if you're overall more sinful, like you go to hell. But like by the time you die, like even if you've committed sins in the past, if you've changed, like the whole thing is like supposed to be like promoting people to like not just be good, but like change from being bad. Because like I hate the idea of like people do one bad thing, like, and they're immediately like punished for it, like without any second chance.
Yeah.
Um, so I think that how it was going to work is that by the end of someone's life, if they've proven themselves to be like better than their past, then they get to go to heaven.
So like they get, yeah, after working hard and like being a better
Yeah.
person. Yeah.
Um, and with hell, it's like kind of the last chance people get who like aren't good. Um, they basically just have to take this giant climb up hell, and if they fail at any point, they become kind of part. So there's the first actual layer of hell is kind of like entirely made of flesh, and like it's really like gross, and like there's like teeth
I
and
love it.
eyeballs and
I
shit.
love it. I love it.
And how that works is the flesh is made up of all the souls of the people who failed. Um, and so like
Damn.
they basic the punishment for people who like give up and like refuse to like be better is they're basically forced to live in these like nasty, disgusting walls for the rest of their life. Um,
And it's like they're all like a shared consciousness, right? Like it's just a bunch of people suffering in there, dude.
yeah, like it's just like a oh,
Yeah. God damn.
and the whole thing with with hell in general. There's a lot of lore. I would have to explain a lot of stuff to you guys too. Kiki's the okay. My mom wants me to go. Okay, never mind. Bye.
Uh-oh.
Bye, Ian.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. I love you guys. Sorry I didn't get to stay very long.
It's
Oh yeah,
okay.
Bradley. I already suggested this to the other two, but I want to have like another like talk later today if you guys are all free, where I can actually talk about my church in more detail. Okay. Anyways, bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, so before we get into yours, Elisha, my phone's at 4%, so I'm gonna get on the PS5. Be right back.
Oh, well, you're going next anyways.
So,
Awkward.
that darn economy, am I
I
right?
mean, one thing that's interesting is that me and Ian's perception of hell is really drastically different, and that is what makes me like, oh, thank God. And when you started talking about like the power shit, I was like, uh-oh, I was so scared. Because the way that I want my things to work is simply like determined based off your willpower. If your willpower is stronger, you are stronger. And that's kind of how I want my souls to be formed too, is that it's not just the soul, it's your consciousness and willpower formed together.
Oh,
Welcome back,
hello.
Kiki.
Can you hear me?
I know that guy.
Okay. Okay. So now it's Elisha's turn.
No, it's your turn.
Oh, it's your turn, bruh. Don't do this to
Nope,
me.
your turn.
Talk about your shit. I talked about mine last time for literally like most of the time we were at Applebee's. I didn't get the chance to hear
Well,
yours until we were at D'Angelo's house.
I didn't.
Let
I
Bradley
don't
know
have
about your
anything.
stuff.
I don't have anything to talk about right now. So
Okay,
you can
fine.
go.
So, okay, my name's Kiki. You guys know that. Sorry. So I also didn't really have too much to talk about this time, but I just want to, or actually, I kind of do. I kind of don't. So lately, what I've actually been working on and setting like forward is Frenzy. Frenzy's first page is done and it's colored. It just needs some text and a page number on it. And I have actually gotten back on the grind of working on the second page. And if you guys check Frenzy chat, it's there. And I'm liking how it's looking so far.
Talk
However,
about.
it's taken a minute. Not gonna lie. Like every panel being like really detailed looks nice in the end, but it's just it's a long process, but I feel like something me and Ian think is just over time I'll get a lot faster at it, even with the detail I put into each panel. But just yeah, like I've been slowly like picking at it and just but slowly it's just like the like all three panels, like the time on that page right now is 40 hours, like for the page two, and it's not even halfway done yet, but I'm really liking how it's looking so far. And my plan physically for like work is gonna be like soon. I'm gonna have a schedule where for 4 days, I'm gonna do 4 days in a week. I'll spend 4 hours working on like a page, and then I'll like get off of it for the day. Maybe I'll do more, but just so I don't get burnt out or anything, and then I have like days to just do whatever. Because again, this is a hobby, but I do want to get progress done. Like that's the thing with this. Something about me is like I don't care about money. I genuinely just want my friends and my family and whoever else would like it to read it. And it's just, I want to make stories that I can put out there that anyone can read, regardless of money, regardless of status, and regardless of anything else that they have going against them. Because I love these stories, and there's people out there like me that love stories just as much, and I would just want them to be able to read that. And I'm just really excited because I'm gonna be doing that. However, again, like Elisha has told me before, it's just I feel like this is something where I'm gonna need balance. Where I need like the thing is, I never want to hold myself back when it comes to working on this stuff. However, to stop me from ever hitting a wall where it's like I get burnt out, or I like just stop, like you know what I mean. I never want to hit that point. So just allowing myself to have days where I work on it and then days to just relax and do other stuff is really good for me, I think.
That's a good
And
idea.
yeah, so I after I'm gonna say next weekend because I'm gonna be doing stuff the week after the graduation party, and then I'm gonna do stuff with my mom. So after next weekend, that is when like the schedule's set in stone, where 4 days in a row, 4 to 6 hours of being on frenzy pages, and then the rest of the three is like I do whatever else I need to tax. And so that way, like majority of my week is drawing. It's something I want to say too is drawing is something I have to really get back into because even like though I'm working on these pages, like I haven't really sat down and sketched anything in a minute since school ended. And oh yeah, I just want to say after I finish Frenzy, I really just want to sit down and make finished pieces more often because you guys know me, or like for anyone watching this or like in the future, it's just like I sketch so fast. I can literally like I did all of the sketch drafts for Frenzy in 2 weeks when I was like consistent on it. And that's just because I really love the process of just being able to make rough layouts but still have them look nice. My issue is just actually completing things. And it's really sad because that's the part that really counts, like you finished it. And it looks amazing after anyway. It's just it sucks because I'm really slow. The first page for Frenzy took 9 to 10 hours to like actually like clean up and finish with all the colors and stuff. And that's why I'm not even doing colors anymore. Well, first of all, Ian wanted it to be black and white anyway. But second of all, even if we did want it to, it's just I feel like for our first thing it should be black and white because one, we love manga, and two, it's a lot. It's a lot of stuff, and Ian also said this too, is I always used to compare myself to manga artists in the Shonen Jump magazine and how they make chapters by the week for their bills. I do this and I'm not getting paid. I'm not saying that's a bad thing at all. It's a good thing actually. I don't want to get paid for doing something I like. Um, I do this without getting paid, and I'm doing the role of which in America, multiple people like there's colorists, there's inkers, and there's like sketchers, And I'm really proud that I really like this is something I really like doing. It's something I really want to do. But yeah. So there's that. I'm just working on Frenzy right now. If you look in Frenzy chat, the page should be there, and I'm just happy with the progress I have right now and how it looks. I just hope it stays consistent.
So
Um.
you're
Oh yeah.
not you're not developing a story right now, but that doesn't
No,
mean
no, no,
there's
no.
not anything we can't talk about, right? Let's pull
I
up
was gonna
let's
I
pull
was
up
gonna
the
get into
page.
that.
Oh, okay.
So real quick, yeah, I actually have a lot. Me and Ian sat down one night and we had a major talk about, you know, our stories can be pretty simple. And I sat down for a moment. I was like, you know what? You're kind of right because for citrus stuff, a lot of the or in storytelling in general, it's just the same format, the same formula. And something I really like is how Ian and I sat down and we literally spent all night just like trying to shake up a lot of my projects. And it's something I'm very grateful for because I love that my stuff is the stuff that I get to be experimental with because I'm like the most flexible guy in the universe because I get to keep the main things about what I want in my work intact. And all I want in my work is funny, but also serious and sad. That's it. That's all I want. I want like a like a good balance of that where it's an overarching serious conflict, but I get to have like funny and unserious characters dealing with it, but they're still human. Um, Changing the formulas of things to where I don't want characters to win. That's something about me. I want characters to lose, but they find a workaround to whatever they lose in life because
Right.
it's just in life you always not always, but you're gonna lose a lot. You're gonna lose things and you won't know what to do, but or you're gonna get lost. But there's always a workaround and something that you can do instead of what you're like losing time and putting effort into. For example, so Trash Man, I read the very original concept
Right.
was Trash
Can I put
Man.
a real quick pin?
Yeah,
Ian's talking in chat. I don't know if anybody has noticed.
I can't see because I'm on PS.
That would make sense.
What is he
Um,
saying?
basically, is he's kind of just like podcasting us, listening in, but he was like telling you how he was impressed by your frenzy progress and like there's a reason to like certain dedicated jobs to being in the comic sector, such as the colors and shit like that. Um,
I just
and he mentioned that if we wanted to have shit colored in, we should find a colorist. Which I mean,
oh for
I
Frenzy,
could
I don't
totally
want to.
do. I could
Frenzy.
do. I
Oh yeah,
could
you
totally
can
do.
too.
Yeah.
I just want to say I really want I always say this, but I'm really sorry for being in for the first project. I know again it's gonna take a minute anyway, but there's been times where I like or when the drafts first started, I think I was going through something at the time, so I did like the first page and I stopped for a while. But the moment I found time, I was able to get have fun. But the thing with like what's going on now is just I have so many sketches and drafts and concept arts, but I don't ever finish it. And there's a lot of things I just haven't honed my skills in, and I feel like it's affecting my progress. And I'm really sorry that right now, if things don't look as good as they could be. But I promise you, after chapter one, I want to spend all summer with Elisha and Bradley working on like perspective and backgrounds, especially. But most importantly, finishing, coloring, hatching, like finishing and cleaning up work. So I actually have finished pieces and
Boring.
there's to my name. But anyway, so here's like an example of a transformation to one of my projects writing wise and how like Ian like majorly, but I pitched in a couple ideas on how we could like take the formula of everyone knows the intro, and then you have they're kicked into the journey, and then there's a bunch of problems, and then in the end, they save the day. Like that's or like they somehow change. And my favorite thing about a story is like the change because it's like, wow, you look at the ending of the story, this shit is way different from the beginning, whether it's a negative or a positive change. I really like that. But something that Ian like pitched was okay, so the very original version of Trash Man is a very self-entitled and rich jerk who gets put into the world that him and his family had made using chemicals, and he ends up becoming Trash Man, and he has to learn the values of what it's like being an underclassman. Now, here's the thing with that. This is something I personally have grown to hate throughout my life, and it's like Ian helped me understand too why they have to be connected.
Weeping Vessel
I
said, I see. La la
when
la. Haha.
I have TTS bot muted. Hold on.
Shanghai.
All right, it's turned up now. If you
The cow said, I love Obama.
great. Anyways, so something I hate in stories is like, for example, right? How to Train Your Dragon. It's literally my number one favorite movie of all time. You wanna know what I like sometimes, or I understand, I like it now, but I used to really hate, I was like, if Hiccup wasn't the son of Stoic, what would the story be like? If he was a nerd kid and like scrawny Viking that wasn't the son of anything, would the story be any different? And would he have any genuine, valuable importance to his world that he lives in? Would he have been able to make the change that he did in the story? And the thing with How to Train Your Dragon, what makes that work is what Ian said was him being the son of like the best Viking helps prove himself to being a better person while not being like his dad at all. So that's how that works. And then there's Ratatouille, where it's the same thing because Remy is the son of the Rat King. However, he has his own special talents and he's able to help change the world because he is like under that. These characters have pressure to them. And then there's movies like Klaus, where shoot, I forget his name. Oh, Jasper, Jasper. He he's the son of like a really mailman, and then he's
Yanasium said, it highlights the theme of imposter syndrome more by putting the main character in
Why
a
is it-
position where they
Why is
face
it
a lot of
French?
responsibility.
yeah. Please
Control
make it English. I'm
immediately.
sorry, I
Why
can't
is it
understand it.
French?
IDKLMAO.
Wait, I'm
I
gonna type
understand it, but I
something.
think
I
it's
want to see
funny.
if I'm French.
Why is she kind of hot?
Yeah.
The cow said, French.
No, okay.
Why aren't you French? Why are you French?
Yanasium
Ian's like
said,
secretly a French
why
daddy.
am I French?
He-
He's so hot.
Hey.
Say baguette.
Ian, can you get
What
the
the
French girl
fuck?
to whisper to me?
Our technical difficulties here.
Oh my gosh.
Say well that sucks.
I love
Eddie,
it.
Eddie,
Someone else just sent my
I'll
message for
I'll
me.
just say out loud what Ian says, okay?
so what did he
What?
say about
No.
pressure on the characters for?
He said before it highlights the theme of imposter syndrome more by putting the main character in a position where they face a lot of responsibility they can't fulfill immediately. I don't know, Lamo.
Okay, so my thing with that is it's really good, and I still think How to Train Your Dragon and Ratatouille and Klaus are all amazing movies. However, I don't think we ever get to see in media underdog stories of like the people that are actually victims to the bad societies or like the crippling effects of what makes a society so like negative. We never get to see like think of an example. Um like what could be like a good metaphor? We never get to see a random rat and how he lived in the world of Ratatouille with talking rats and them like trying to find food the best they can. It's not about a random rat that didn't have friends that goes on his own adventure and finds his own way of living. It's about
So,
Remy and how he
what I'm
proves
kind of
himself.
getting is like, there's a lot of stories that are like if we don't do this, the world's gonna end. Like Gravity Falls, if we don't kill Bill Cipher, he's gonna ruin the world. If we don't, do you wanna more like if we don't accomplish this task, then something very small is gonna happen. Like
No. So here's what I'm saying is, so in the original script or like version of Trash Man, Trash Man is a jerk who is from a rich family that has to learn how to be a better person and grow morality. I think, and what I'm really happy about the new version of Trash Man that you guys, I don't think I've talked to you guys about it at all. The new version of Trash Man is he is from the poor area. We get to see the life of someone that lives in the slums where the beach water is like sort of flooding their city. There's trash monsters and people that are infected everywhere. There's fog. Chemicals are constantly like raining down in certain buildings. Like this is the world. This is the world of like the things that the higher ups of this story do, and we get to see the effect firsthand by seeing a random just average family living day to day life and what it's like needing hope. These people that live in these scenarios need hope or something that keeps them going, and they have to survive instead of simply live. I see homeless people on the side of the street all the time in Vegas, and something that makes me upset is I have family members who will see them and say they did this to themselves, and that makes me so irrationally angry because no one would
Um,
ever want to be put in that situation ever.
it
If you could
also
choose
shows like it's a matter of perspective. Because imagine if they saw somebody they knew in that situation, their entire mentality would be shifted to something else.
exactly, dude. Like you see someone suffering and your first instinct is to not like try to help them. Like obviously you can't be
That really
Superman for
shows like
everyone.
how modern society views everything.
Yeah, it's very unkind. And my thing about starting the story in the perspective of someone dealing with this is we get to see that perspective. We get to see what it's like being someone who is not maybe, or I have to choose if they're going to be like even homeless or not. But these people eat scraps. They eat dirt. They eat like radiated like food because they can't afford actual food in this area. They live in an area where it's constantly soaking wet and their clothes are dirty, terrible air and smell, and all they have is funny jokes and their small family that even most people don't have. I want to see people in this area that just don't even have that either. But what happens now is just like a lot of the other people in the area, their family gets attacked by the monsters and they get infected as well. But what makes Trash Man, who is like, I don't know if I want to make him like 10, 18, but or 10 to 18. Like I gotta choose an age. If Ian has ideas, let me know. But I want his parents to give him that hope. It's like even throughout all of this bullshit and like living through all of this, I still had my family and I still had people that cared. And I still had hope that one day we can get out of here. We can all have a good life and we can see the sky be blue. We can eat actual food. And that hope clings onto him and he becomes Trash Man, a hero that is able to push all of this away and seek out more. While even though like that sounds awesome, his physical brain is like destroyed. Like it is literally like the chemicals from like the stuff that they do to like animals and like other things in the rich side, like it destroys people's brains in the slums. Like it is bad. Like them dumping it here is really bad. They can't dump it in the ocean or else the ocean will over, so they just give it to these people instead. That won't affect them. Uh so yeah, so the plot is he becomes Trash Man and then it's just him traveling the world because he just has like free will now that he's strong and like fast enough, you know. He meets a girl in the middle class area where things are a lot better, but there's a lot of people that just kind of are really aimless or don't know like a lot. Education isn't as good. And I want this girl, like she's like this is like for sure, like she's like 10 or 12. I want her to be really influenced and focused in education where she wants to learn and make the world better. She wants to be someone that actually helps push the world to be a better place where people can actually learn and everyone has a chance at an actual life instead of being born lucky. I want her to be someone who has seen the effects of what the world's had like, or maybe her just seeing Trash Man like pushes her to like teach him, and she's like, you know what? Everyone deserves to be taught this way. He's someone who's from another place entirely, but he helps people. You know, this could be anybody, but there's a lot of people over there that are dead or flat out gone crazy. You know, and however, with this super serious plot, it is funny. I want like again, Trash Man is like crazy. Also, be right back though. Pause. I will be on the phone. Anna.
Awkward.
Hey, so I
He's on. Do you want to
where do
start
you
my
guys
shit? I
want me
don't
to
know.
post the audio when we're done? Just like, should I just upload it to my YouTube channel?
If you want, yeah, just put it unlisted and then share the link.
All right.
So I don't think I want to take over because then Kiki won't hear it, and also I'm kind of taking up in his space. I don't really got much to talk about right now.
Well, that's fine.
When I do get to my part, it's probably gonna just be one thing since I want to hone in on one thing
If
instead
you
of being
wanna,
all over the place.
if you wanna just do a brainstorm for your part, that's cool.
Hey, I am back. What did I?
Okay, cool. Saved by the bell. Nothing.
You sure?
Yeah.
So back to what I was saying. I'll try to make this a little faster because this is just the first like creative thing that. Again, this isn't full focus. By the way, none of these are full focus right now because I'm working on Frenzy. After Frenzy is like a couple chapters in though, or maybe even after the first one, that's when Crashman development is going to actually start. Just want to let you guys know that. So,
Okay.
anyways, though, despite this like serious story about capitalism, classism, and like chemicals and their effects, and how we are very reckless and people aren't kind and all this bad stuff, I want this story to be funny. I want this like I want Trashman to be genuinely like not okay in the head to the point where like you can't believe like this guy is a superhero. Like at the start, like you literally cannot believe that this is the guy that's gonna save everyone. He's a wacky cartoon character who can't keep himself straight for like more than 5 seconds. Like none of these are concrete, at least not anymore. Because I got really scared because I feel like they're too similar to Chainsaw Man, and Elisha will either agree or disagree, but either way, I'll still get into these. So the first one, like the first scene, I thought of like a really funny idea would be like Crash Man and the girl, right? Like maybe it's like a like an emotional where they go get pizza after defeat, like they go get pizza after a win. But I want Trash Man to like try to eat the pizza, and he's like, this is fucking disgusting. Well, he doesn't say that, but he's like, dude, I literally cannot eat this. What is this? She's like, oh, it's just pizza. He's like, pizza, more like shitza, and then like you can't eat it. Like you know what I mean? Like he literally like he is so used to trash and eating dirt and scraps that he hates anything that genuinely has like actual food. He can't eat actual food. He can't eat a cake, but he'll eat a raw egg. He can't eat can't eat a pizza, but I feel like he would eat like a glass jar of tomato sauce. Like that's the type of stuff he would do. And here's the thing too, his body, you know, his shirt, like that's actually like the trash bag. Inside of it, his organs is just a bunch of trash. And I really love the idea of him poking into his own body and throwing trash at like whatever he fights. But yeah, like so if he eats like a water bottle, like he eats a literal water like and he's like fighting someone and they hit him and the water bottle falls out. He's the type of guy to be like, "Hey, I like that water bottle. I like the taste of that one. I'm gonna get your ass." Like you know, like he's just he's not okay. He has like the worst priorities in the world. Um speaking of being weird, so it's sad because I want to keep at least like the hot beach ladies, like that has to stay. But I don't know if him being like haha funny pervert but he gets punished for it is gonna stay because Denji. Like that's what I wanted to get into where it's like um there's this scene I planned out where they're on the beach, right? And like these two like really beautiful ladies are like, dude, my beach ball got stuck in the water. A shark using it as a chew toy. I wish somebody would help me. And Trashman is like, what can I do for you? Please, I'll do anything. No. The joke I wrote down was like he wasn't interested. Actually, this isn't like Denji at all. If I go, I
Yeah, I
genuinely
was
just
gonna
think
say because the thing is,
he should
Denji
just be
has a
crazy.
reason. Denji has a reason to why he's such a perv. And
Yeah,
if you're just running to be a perv because like, oh, that's just how his brain is, then that's a whole different case to Denji.
I
And
think
I'm not
it's
gonna
just a
say
lot.
why,
I
because
think
I want
him
Ian.
being, oh yeah, him to read Chainsaw Man. Yeah,
Yeah.
official decision. Like I just have to make him so wacky to the point where he's not. Like he sees these like beautiful ladies and they're like, "Oh, please, Cashman, we'll do anything if you help us out." And he's kind of just like, what am I in for? What do I get out of this?" And like so something that I want to do too, you know how the girl helps him with education is actually teaching like they're learning math together. Like that's something that's like really important. They learn math and they learn English together. And
Okay, so um, Ian said that while Denji is down bad, Trashman should be like Johnny Bravo. So more of like
yes,
a try to be.
well, actually, would it be funnier if he was John Bravo, or would it be funnier if he genuinely just didn't care? Because okay, so
I
for
can
this scene,
use I can use Mike for a bit. Hi.
hi, okay,
Oh, by the
um,
way, Bradley, your camera turned off.
so this
Oh,
scene that I'm talking about, so
Oh,
like I don't know if it's funnier if he starts like he's down bad for them or if he doesn't care, but I actually think him not caring is so funny because he'll be like, "What am I in for?" But then like his like the girl that's friends with him, she's like, "Well, if you do a good job, they'll give you an A," and he's like, "Oh hell yeah!" So, like he's like, "I'm gonna beat your ass, shark," and like that's when they start like fighting. I really want to. About wait, Ian, what did
yeah,
I
I
write
think
down? I think I wrote down where he's like tugging on it. He's like, I want an F, because he thinks like F is for fantastic, and like he like he
fantastic.
gets he
Yeah,
gets flung into the
I
air
think
shark and then lands on the beach.
Oh, wait, so is
I think it'd be really funny if he sent a lot of like cartoonish shit, like wow, wowza, and then like shit
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah,
that,
yeah.
like
He does.
Zooey Mama.
Yeah, yeah. What did I made him say something in the like the stupid scriptings. I think it was like Walla Holly Hoo Ha. Yeah, it was like Walla Holly Hoo
Hey,
Ha. Yeah,
holla, hula.
yeah.
Trashman
So
is Trashman like
What were you saying,
prize
Alexa?
so
oriented?
Trashman's like not a dude anymore, right? He's like he got turned into like a trash superhero.
yeah, okay. So here's the thing.
So
So
if he's
yeah,
not
fun.
actually a person, he wouldn't care about these two ladies, right? Like
Yeah,
if he's
yeah.
just a clump of
I think
crap,
he
he
just.
literally could not care.
I think that's a lot funnier. It's perfect. It gets rid of the perv bit, and now he's not even like Denji. He is literally that's perfect. He's just crazy. He's just a crazy guy doing superhero stuff. And like, okay, so getting into the meat and potatoes of Trash Man, it's like, okay, so where does the story even go if it's just this poor victim of turning into this superhero that he doesn't even really want to be? He's just kind of crazy, and he's just meeting people along the way. So after he saves the city from the Cockzilla attack, which is like the chemicals from the factories, they tried making chickens even bigger than they already are. And oh, we should do foreshadowing, by the way, Ian. Someone write this down in Trashman chat. Like at the girls' dinner when they invite Trashman over for dinner, like the chicken is huge. Like the cooked chicken is big. and
Oh yeah,
So later in the plot, like there's a scene in the factory where it's like, man, our chicken sales are doing good. There's something missing. And then like they try experimenting and they make it Godzilla sized chicken that is like like crazy. Like again, he's as crazy as Trash Man, but it's a chicken instead. So he shoots eggs like all across the city. He has like flame breath, and his wings like either suck into
You
his
should
body
tell
and like
Bradley.
stretch out.
You should tell Bradley how he takes out his nipples.
Oh yeah, he shoots what out of his nipples? I forgot.
Eggs now.
You said you wanted him to shoot eggs out his nipples.
Oh yeah, he shoots eggs out of his nipple. They should be scrambled, by the way. When they come out, they just like splurt. Oh, it'd be really cool if they're like sticky. Like they were
Ew.
like sticky.
That's disgusting.
Anyway, but a
Yeah.
really cool action sequence that I've been planning on a long time, and I want him to save a couple families in the attack. Like literally, like there's injuries and stuff, and he's like not cool, but like there's a like I want a serious moment where he does like save like a family from being crushed that he has a connection to. But anyway, so he beats the chicken. He beats Coxzilla in the fight, right? And this is when things go downhill for Trash Man. He gets popular. Like there is like a cult following him. He starts changing politics, and what happens is news coverage starts stalking him. People in the city start stalking him. They start praising him, and they have important meetings. And in reality, though, Trashman is just like a kid. He's just a kid that got turned into this by accident, or like he wasn't born to be anything. He was just a poor kid that never got a chance to live. And what's really sad is like, oh, Ian, I've never told you this. Okay, so me, Elisha, and Ian, Brad, we've had this analogy because I've had moments like this a lot in like the last 4 years where I store up a lot of stress and a lot of mental issues, and it ends up causing a glass bottle problem where if the water gets like too filled, it starts leaking out and breaking, and I'll have like moments where I kind of crash out. And I want that metaphor in Trash Man where when he starts getting stressed out, his body starts cracking a little bit. And people are like, "Oh, is this from a fight? Like, what happened? Is there anything?" He's like, "No, I'm okay." But like, he's not. He's mentally just not okay. And it's not even because of the fight. It's just all the people like ganging up on him and asking him for all this stuff as a leader is really stressful. And they're all relying on him to make an impact and change when he's just a guy. And over time, this keeps getting worse. And it's to the point where he has a heart attack.
Oh
Crashman
man.
has a heart attack, and what happens is they try bringing him to a hospital to try and save him, but he dies because the hospital wouldn't let him because one, they didn't have the money to cover it, like the girl's family, and two, they were kind of just being like racist because like oh they're from like the poor side, we can't help people like him. What am I supposed to do with this guy? Like they're not even willing to try despite him saving their own city. So
Uh-huh.
he dies. Rest in peace, Trash Man. But it's not the end of the story yet. And what I really love, this isn't like your average superhero. This isn't like a movie or anything. This is just like this. I feel I've never seen this done in a film or like piece of media before, where the main character dies. The entire third act of the plot is up to an entire society of people. Trash Man dies. He doesn't die. Because Trash Man, what how Ian put it is, Trash Man is an idea to these people that change can be made to the world as long as you're strong enough to fight back. As long as you're able to stand up and say something and learn and just keep living every day knowing that you can make life better and do better by people, then you can make an amazing society. So the rest of the story is all of like the society going against the higher class and making things even and restructuring the city over time. I'm not going to show an actual ending of like what the city looks like. I just wanted to end on like the girl that was friends with Trashman saying that, you know, over time, if we just make these changes and we work together, we can all be a little bit like Trashman. And it ends like that. Like the ending is just you don't get to see the result of what they do. You get to see the fact that they're changing.
So
And
after Trashman dies, how soon does
it's like the
yeah.
not immediately. I don't want it to be immediately. I want a moment where it's tragically like miserable. I want a
Um.
scene where like just everyone is just
Oh,
like
I'm talking in the chat.
sad and can't like do anything about it. And but over time, like people start realizing terrible things in the city and like to other people, and then slowly riots and like protests start happening, but then they start kicking him down, and it causes like an explosive war that ends in like the girl like giving a speech that leads them all
Um,
to end up working together. Or at least like I think that'd be a good idea.
So my only thing is I'm worried like after Trash Man dies, like people might not be as invested in the story.
Yeah, but that's gonna
Like
be the
Well,
risk
I
you're
think
willing to
what
take
I
for that.
think it'd be really important to make sure that the audience has a connection to these other characters before
oh yeah, they're gonna have a connection to the girl, which by the way, you guys can pick for me. I really like the name Susie. I don't know why. Susie,
What again?
Sarah,
Susie.
Susie, Sarah, Sophie. And I want to draw her later today, maybe.
I like
Susie,
Susie.
Sarah, or Sophie. Susie.
I like I like Sophie.
The thing with Susie is, I think I like the name because of the Grinch. And if that's the case, then it shouldn't be Susie. Like, you know, like, oh, it's Susie New. It's Susie New. I think it's because me and Ian watched the Grinch. I'm not going to hold. I think my influence on Trashman just being a nut is because of Cat in the Hat. Like, watching
That's
Cat in
probably
the
bro.
Hat was a
That movie's amazing.
life-changing experience. That was amazing.
Yeah,
Cat
that
in the
movie's
Hat's a great
overhated.
movie.
Amazing.
I like
Dude,
Sophie
Elisha,
because
when are we
Susie's
going?
a lot more popular.
Wait, so you're saying I should go Susie or Sophie?
I'm saying Susie's more of like a known name. Not a lot. I don't see a lot of Sophies.
Then I'm gonna go with Sophie.
WFW.
All right, so the girl's name is Sophie, and she's for sure like a kid. Like she's like 12.
Mm,
And I want her parents to kind of just like look down on her a little bit, trying to do better. They're like, why are you trying so hard? Like you have a good life, and you're like, you spend all your like all day in your room, not even at home,
that's
just
smart.
running around
Usually,
doing.
I've seen a lot older generations are more afraid of change, while younger are subjected to like want to strive for more.
Yeah, and that's something I really want to write in Trash Man. And do you guys see what I mean with Ian just even pitching like my ideas? Like Trash Man used to just like your average like story about like facing the consequences of your actions and entitled. Now it is a story about a victim of a bad system throwing a responsibility he didn't want, but change is happening for the better anyway because of acts, not because of who he is, because of the actions and the. That's special to me. That is very special to me. I am in love with the story now, and you know, like that's all I have to say for Trashman right now. Is like, yeah, I kind of got everything I want about Trashman specifically because just it is like I really want to
Yeah.
work. I really want to like the thing about it too, Bradley, is like this story has so many bits. There's gonna be a lot of funny stuff in here that I'm really excited to do because again, like you have a cartoon character as a superhero.
Uh-huh.
What are you supposed to do with that? You know, except like make funny bits. That's all I want. I want him to eat pizza and be like, "This tastes like shit." I want him to see a hot girl and be like, "Eh." I I want him to see it. Wait, actually, no, never mind. I was gonna see. What if he saw like a garbage bag where it's like, "Ooh, mama, you're mine," but no, no. But him being like obsessed with like math and like thinking that like getting an F means he's doing fantastic.
Uh-huh.
Because he doesn't know any better. He doesn't know, and that's not even his fault. Um, yeah. All I gotta say about Trash Man, like like the what's cool about this and the rest of my is like I get to keep the set pieces I have. All I had to do was change the story to make it a lot more impactful and interesting. I like from the moment I drew that page of him flying into the city fighting Coxzilla, I like that was something that I was really. I just I don't know. Like it just screams like, oh, Kiki's like an idiot, but this is fun. Like that's all I want. That's all I want you guys to get out of reading my stories, it's like you're stupid, but I love it. Like that's it. That's all I
Uh-huh.
is that. But I really want to say something emotionally and like make them think about stuff. Do you have anything to say about Trash Man before I move into Damien the Zombie Killer?
All right, so I guess, what do you want ideas about?
Like, I think like it's maybe emotional moments that could happen revolving around story and the character. So nothing too dramatic, like, oh my god, it's like the last 5 minutes of the movie, we have to stop being friends, but like maybe like something tragic that the trash man has to comfort her for, or vice versa. Like, because obviously, like, life isn't always gravy and potatoes, man. There's some fucked up shit you see in
So
the
do
world.
you
Maybe things like, oh, what if it was Sophie's idea to make like a thing to help people all around the world, so like an influencer on like the world and make big changes for things by slowly helping people, and like that's how like the beach thing happens. Like he gets a phone call while it'd be so sick if Sophie rode around in his trash bag, like as in like in a backpack esque way. So while he was jumping around, she's like, "Wee, I'm
I don't know, I'm just imagining every step Trash Man takes, like a little bit of like
yeah, clank,
trash
clank." Oh, and like
trash
trash coming
water
out.
spills out.
Oh yeah, by the way, he stinks. We need to like Ian, like we need to make sure he just fucking reeks really bad. Like he has to be like the worst smelling citrus character. Not joking. I am taking that. That was the worst out of everyone. He's like Loki, like a walking corpse. Um, yeah, like funny bits, emotional stuff, and maybe a little touch up on like the trash monsters. Maybe like a name for them, because they're not gonna be in. Oh wait, what if Trash Man like? What if it's a wall, and what if Trash Man breaks it? So like him and the other monsters start flooding the city, and then he realizes, oh, I did that. Oops. Or I don't know. That was just an idea. A lot of the stuff I talk about sometimes isn't too concrete because it's always up in the air until I on it, which is a good while. So it's just fun. Excuse me, brainstorming.
Um, Maybe this is going a bit too far, but I just imagined Susie's like sitting
Sophie,
looking. What?
Sophie,
Oh, Sophie.
Sophie.
I just imagine Sophie is looking out the window on like a rainy day, and then like Cat in the Hat, like just like, I wonder what I could do outside today, and then Trash Man comes through the door and like messes up the house and like
Oh. wait. Okay, so Bradley, and Elisha, but Ian thought awesome. So you guys ever gone like trash bag hill sledding when it rains? I have,
No.
and it's so fun. Okay, so when it rains and when you see a hill that's made out of like grass, if you wear a trash bag on your body as like a shirt, you can slide down and gain so much inertia and like speed. I want Trash Man to be able. And this is like an idea Ian had, by the way. Like he does that. Like he literally, like if it ever rains, which it will, I really want like a scene where he's just like sliding around like a penguin, and something about that is like, huh, it's been raining all day. My parents haven't let me out, and just nothing really is going on in the house. I wonder what Trash Man is up to. He's been gone for a couple of days. He literally slams into her window and like crashes into their and like runs around fighting something in their house. Is like, "Hi, Sophie. I didn't mean to do that. I'm sorry."
uh
It'd be perfect. It's perfect. I love it. It's great. Oh, what if like he lost something and he was looking for it and then he found it, but like this other thing is like trying to like eat it or something. Oh
explain
yeah,
that.
but just like oh like let's say like she lost like a necklace on each thing. She's like, oh no, where did it go? I can't find it. And then he like or like she lost her like shoes or like a really nice like thing that she wears. She's like, oh, her bow. I really want her to have a bow, by the way. That makes her like character design sticker. She's like, oh man, I lost my bow. It landed in the water and I can't find it anywhere. It's probably gone by now. And she gets really sad. And then Trashman literally runs halfway across the city and she gets more sad. And the next day it starts raining because of course it has to. And that's when Trashman like finds a new one, but like there's like a trash like monster that is fighting him over it. Like, listen, man, I know this looks good to eat, but this is for my friends, so back off. Like, it'd be awesome. By the way, so his are just like he can jump really high. He's a little bit quick. He's quicker than normal, and he has like the penguin sledding thing. And he can also do like a flying squirrel thing by holding his cape with his trash bags while stretching fly, or not fly, but like glide and hover. Um, and he also throws the pieces of trash inside of his body at like people. Oh, and he has cones for hands, and they can't like pierce like a sword, but they really are like dig deep and do a lot of damage as like a whacking and like a. Oh, and he rides his trash lid hat as like a skateboard sometimes, and which I want a scene where Cockzilla like throws a building at him and he literally skates down it and then throws the cap at like its face. I think it'd be so cool. Or wait, idea. What if it breathes fire and what it does is like, or what Trashman does is he puts the lid like on his feet while flying towards it, and like he kind of compresses the fire back into its own mouth and like it hits him. There's also a scene I want where he uses his cape to somehow like strangle it and ride it like a horse. Like he rides like a horse for or like pushes him off. But yeah, that's Trash Man. That's one of my out of three of my
That sounds really cool. I really like that. That's cool. I kind of like any one of my favorite parts is once you get over telling the audience who your character is and what they're like, and you can kind of just throw your characters in whatever situations you want and pretend how they act. Like that just sounds really fun, acting
and
out between Trash
that's
Man
why I want the
and stuff.
intro to be really fast because for both of the main characters it's so simple. You have a guy that was a victim of an accident, now he's crazy and he has superpowers. Then you have a girl that wants to be educated and change the world and she's progressive, but she's also just a kid. And like that's it. Like you can just imagine like a sweet kid and a crazy lunatic running around doing superhero stuff. Like that's it. That's the story. That's it.
Uh-huh.
Literally it. Humanity dies though. Lol. Lol lol lol.
Yeah.
It's okay. I'm actually really happy he dies because again, when's the last time you ever saw the main character die and society to take the final conflict into their hands?
I couldn't tell you.
Literally never.
Cora the
No, 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 no.
Cora's awful.
All right. If there's no more comments about Trash Man, I'd love to talk about Damien the Zombie
I'll give
Killer.
a heads up. The reason why I'm so quiet is because I'm getting ready because I'm about to leave.
Oh, it's a food.
Not to food. Groceries.
Give me some chips. Yeah.
Oh,
All the chips I took are gone, by the way.
yeah, that's right. Did you get it in one day?
Fuck you.
Did you eat it in one day?
Yeah.
Thought so. Hey.
Okay, so without a further ado, Damien the Zombie Killer, which, by the way, isn't even the name anymore. So much has changed within like the last time me and you talked about it, and I'm happy. By the way, all these changes and like stuff, it makes me more excited to talk about these things. So, um, Damien the Zombie Killer, which is a trademark pending name, The original script for it, or original pitch, is Damien is a lone survivor in a zombie apocalypse world where water has overflown the earth, and he ends up moving from a very poor side of the area to a very technological side, which has flying cars and really cool like tech and weird buildings, and the entirety of the city is shaped like a spider web because the zombie lady there that is controlling all the zombies, and he's trying to find like peace and salvation and hope that one day he can find an island with good food. But he's also on the quest to slay every single zombie to ever exist on the planet because he views himself as a hero.
There's no feeling more
And he
intense
meets
than
Saber, and Saber's this wacky, fat, curvy tech guy who's really funny, and they don't get along because one is not, and he's trying to find his mom and dad. And it turns out his mom and dad are the zombie queen and king, and then yada yada yada. They have a big fight, and then they kill the zombies. And the original script very weak, even though it was I loved it. I loved it so much. I still like it.
It was good for like what it was, trying to be a one-shot short thing.
It was like 25 chapters in the original. Yeah, I want to make it at least like 30 now. It's such a fun idea, but Trash Man. I mean, what the fuck? Damien the Zombie Killer, a lot different now. They have an actual concrete theme that leaks more into the story. The original one did have a theme.
I never read
My
the
theme,
original screenplay. I didn't read that.
or I had like a lot of beats, a lot of like I had everything planned.
But now it's all different.
We talked about it all.
It is so different. So first of all, it is Saber who is on the move, island to island, trying to find his parents, and that should have just been how it was originally anyway. Basically, or something that he
I
should.
got a question.
What?
Before, like, unless you want to get into it later, is it like for sure it's only just Saber and Damien left?
It is absolutely for sure only Damien.
Hmm.
Saber.
Is there also a reason to why they are? Is like, what's the reason to them being the only ones left?
Be right back. I'm getting a phone call.
Oh.
That's the reason, Elisha.
Because I remember when he told me that there was like in the original draft there was hope for another civilization. I'm like, okay, that's kind of cool. But with it only being then two left, I was like, oh, it's a little bit weird.
And
I have faith he can make it make sense, but like to me, it seems weird that it's just like literally two normal ass dudes are the only people that survived out of everybody.
it's I probably just don't know, but I just don't know where it's what's the goal, I guess.
I know it's drastically different from before, so I have no clue. Kiki hasn't told me anything about the new run, but I just know it's
We've all
completely
got
different.
so many stories. We're all trying to figure out what
Yeah.
everyone's is
Right
about.
now, that's why whenever, which I'm not gonna be able to get around to it. But whenever I do, and if you're down for later tonight, because as soon as I get home from groceries, I have to get ready to go eat dinner.
Uh-huh.
I'm only gonna talk about Dude Monkey because I don't want to. Like when I'm working on it, and I have all this shit in the back burner. I have Spirit Slashers, I have Afterworld, I have this one. I have two secret ones I've never like really talked about to anybody. I'm only going to
Secret.
be focusing on Dude Monkey because that's the one I want to not be stressed about. And I just want to be like, hey, I want to get this done for my practice and not have to worry about a million different things.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So like
I
Dude
gotta go now.
Monkey's gonna be your practice series.
It's my practice one shot. It's not supposed to be anything serious. It's kind of supposed to be representing of me, like a bunch of funny, stupid things that happen. That's literally why I drew Flynn to be a monkey, because like I like monkeys and how chaotic they can be, and I like to see myself as one.
Quote Elisha, I like
Yeah.
monkeys.
And then the reason why Suen's all like glasses and super like cool and nonchalant is because he's see no evil. So I got the representation of
It
that.
kind of reminds me of gorillas a little bit. Is that what you were going?
I can see that. I do like gorillas too. I like any type of like primate or ape of any sort. I want to have a. I was thinking of like adding a really fat like pimpy like it's literally just a fucking really fat orangutan who's a pimp.
Uh-huh.
No, that would probably be like another run. But the whole point of like Monkey Dude Monkeys really is gonna be about like self acceptance and nothing too serious. I guess in that way, it's more of like my crazy slice of life story
Uh-huh.
compared to everything else.
Is
We have Afterworld, the main.
everyone just making slice of life?
Not really, because once I like get into it later, you'll see what Dude Monkey's really about. And then after that, Spirit Sessions are literally about like killing demons and shit. Afterworld is about um stopping the corruption of hell. Uh, my two other ones, one of them is literally about a schizophrenic dude, which I think I told you about in the car. Schizophrenic dude who is seeing the world in a false lens, and then another one's just like superhero stopping corruption. But I gotta go now, so bye bye.
Okay, bye.
Is it just the two of us now, Bradley? Oh. Oh.
Yeah,
I
just the
am
two of
saying.
us.
All right, yay! Are you down to still listen to me ramble about my funny cartoons?
Yes.
Okay, so, is it okay if you can help me a little bit by writing some of the things I say in the chat?
Yeah, so this is for Trash Man, right? So,
This is for Damien. Damien is on.
are you still gonna be free? Because it'd be nice if I could eat some lunch real quick.
Oh, then go eat lunch real quick then.
I'm gonna go eat lunch and then I'll see if you're still there. If you're not, then it sound like everyone wanted to do it a bit later too. But I'll see if you're still there. Okay.
Love you. Bye bye.